Hey everybody, this is Workforce Gaming. I'm Doug, along with Brad,
Hey, everybody.
and we are going to react, from what I understand, to some big announcement. I think the Nintendo announced a new console, sort of.
Yeah, no, completely. Don't sort
They
of
sort of
this. What? How is this a sort of? You've seen it. You've seen it. What it does. This is not a sort of announcement.
this. Oh my god. Okay, so we're definitely have vastly different opinions on this.
Yes, we are because yours is wrong, and this is amazing.
Okay, to be fair, I was actually excited for this announcement because
I know, and that's why I'm even more pissed because there's no reason you should be pissed about this.
I was excited for this announcement not because of the hardware, because honestly, I did not care what the hardware was. I figured they'd at least fix that. I was excited for like, oh man, I cannot wait to see what the next generation of Nintendo games is. And the next generation of Nintendo games is Wii U games. like,
I mean, okay, yeah, but again, this is like the precursor hype video. You don't know what these are. This was not we're showing off the launch lineup.
no.
This is a here. Look at you're playing Splatoon in an airplane. Hey, you're playing Zelda at a rooftop party. Like,
This was honestly to me like it just reminded me of like the equivalent of PS4 Pro. This was like Wii U Pro to me.
oh, God damn it! What? Oh, why? Why?
Okay,
Okay.
let's
I understand the Wii U comparison, the tablet piece, whatever.
no, that's
Explain
like,
to
I'm
me
not even compare. I'm not even mad about that. That I don't care. I think that's actually pretty neat.
why is this the Wii U Pro or whatever?
Okay, let's talk about the announced games for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Splatoon 1.5, Mario Kart 8.5, a new Mario we know nothing about, a Zelda we already know way too much about, and then a remaster of a game that came out 5 years ago.
Okay. First of all, you have no. First of all, the Mario game alone makes it
No,
everything.
it
And
doesn't.
Zelda. When was the last time you saw a Mario game that looked like that?
I don't know. I'll agree.
Sunshine.
I'll give you that. It's like, okay, I'll agree
Sunshine.
that 3 seconds of footage was
Sunshine.
interesting of that 3 minutes of
Sunshine. Come on now.
I don't know. I thought the announcement was just I'm excited for Nintendo software. The hardware is just always wacky. And I was like, okay, that a
No.
portable Nintendo console. I'll give you this is a cool idea. The software
Why is
there
this
so
wacky?
far is
What is
just
wacky
Wii U
about
games.
this?
It's just Wii U games. That's all they've
Yeah,
shown.
okay. That's fine. Whatever. They've okay, great. That's fine. You don't even know like for all you know, these are games that are coming at the end of next year. They're coming we know jack shit about these games except we know it's Splatoon and now they have haircuts. And it's Mario Kart, but there's a new character in it, so maybe it's something different. That's all we know about these games. You're going off seconds of footage and dismissions going, oh, it's just Wii U ports. Who gives a shit?
But but that's all they gave us. That's all they gave us. They gave us a very cool hardware. The hardware.
Okay.
I'll give you just the hardware. We can actually probably get into that now. Would probably be a good idea before we get into the
Hang
software
on one
more.
second. No. Before we get there, because you said, the Wii U has such great games, but I'd never buy a Wii U just like nobody else because it's a Wii U. The NX should have all these Wii U games and it has all these great games I never got to play. That is a direct quote from you months ago.
I agree.
And
but,
here it is doing exactly what you freaking wanted. And you're like, oh, it's just Wii U games. Like, that's what you wanted.
No.
That's what people want.
What I want is a portable, awesome Super Nintendo game, Super Nintendo console that can play Wii U games, but that's like a bonus feature, not like the only feature so far.
It's okay. Okay, again, you're going off the like 3-minute hype video. They're not gonna go like, oh yeah.
What else
here's
am I
this
gonna go off
cool
of? That's all we have.
But exactly, like this wasn't a like get excited for our launch lineup. This is a here's the console. This is the equivalent of like Sony like getting up there and doing their 10-minute PowerPoint slide about the PlayStation 4 and how great it is.
Yes, and
That's
imagine
what
if
this
every
is.
single reveal video was a PS3 one with slightly better graphics. Was like if they show if they
But
okay,
they
if
weren't
announced
revealing
PS4,
software. They were revealing what this is. That's what you're missing. This isn't about the software. This is about what this is,
No.
and what this is kick ass. And what this isn't is about the fact that it's Splatoon 1.5. It's Mario Kart 8.5. It's
Skyrim.
Zelda that's probably on both. Skyrim's just there to point out, like, literally, Skyrim was like, what is a recognizable freaking game that we can put on this and people go, oh, I can play a quote unquote real game on a Nintendo console.
It wasn't
That's
even
the only
Fallout
reason they use
4.
Skyrim.
It was like
But that's because there's nobody wants Fallout 4 right now. You've got Skyrim coming back right now in a month
I guess.
for every other console. So this is going, okay, you're getting Skyrim on your PS4 now. And when the Nintendo Switch comes out, you'll be able to have it there too, because we just remastered, we just enhanced and everything like that.
I'm just saying, like when PS4 was announced, like when they announced it, they showed Shadowfall, Drive Club, and I think
Yep.
Second Son. Like that's what they
Yep.
announced that console with. This one they announced with the best games of Wii U and a Mario game for 3 seconds. Not even a full trailer. This is a bad
But
announcement.
God, no, it's not. This is a great announcement because it shows off why you would buy this.
I wouldn't buy it
Let's
to
be
play
no,
Wii U games
no,
on
listen,
portable.
listen, stop. Nobody is gonna sit here and go, Nintendo's not gonna make great games for this. Because Nintendo has made great games for every system for what, like 30 years now? What Nintendo console can you point out and go, that didn't have great Nintendo games?
I honestly do not give a a new Mario game is kind of interesting, but at this point, I mean, do you still I mean, maybe
No,
you
listen,
do, but like a new
listen.
Mario Kart that looks exactly like Mario Kart 8, a Mario game that looks a lot like 3D World with a different camera angle. It just looks like the same. It looks exactly what Nintendo's always done. It's like they have a cool new piece of hardware and the same franchises you know and love, but barely changed.
And but again, that is what it is. But what I'm saying is, Nintendo is going to have amazing games. They have for 30 years. Those franchises are going to be there. They're going to be slightly tweaked. They don't need to sit here and go, here's what new Mario looks like, here's what new Metroid looks like, here's what new Zelda looks like. They need to go, here's the cool new piece of functionality with our hardware, because that's what's going to sell this. This isn't going to be sold on the basis of software. What this is going to be sold on is people going, I love Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo has finally made a console that's not a freaking gimmick for the first time since the GameCube.
Okay. You would actually, I do want to point out, if you do follow us on Twitter, Brad was the one who wrote that one about like the Nintendo has not made a gimmicky controller since the GameCube. Nintendo's not made a gimmicky controller since Super Nintendo. The Nintendo 64 is definitely a gimmicky-ass controller. GameCube is definitely a gimmicky controller. Wii... Are you kidding?
Okay.
Do not tell me the
what I'm
GameCube is
saying,
a normal controller.
What I mean by that is not the controller, I mean the concept. Like, the Wii U, or the Wii, was the essential whole idea was, now you can swing your arms around like a dumbass.
Yeah.
The Wii U was, now we stuck an iPad in front of you and a TV. Like, this is the first one where it's like, you know what? Let's just make a damn game.
Yeah, no, I just messed with you a little bit, and I agree.
I know you are, and it's pissing me off because this is amazing, and you're trying to make it not sound amazing.
I don't think it's I think it's an interesting concept. I think let's talk about the hardware, because I do think it is kind of interesting, because it's basically like, I wonder if they're actually going to not get rid of the Nintendo 3DS, because they're not going to do that for a while. I am curious if this is going to be only Nintendo going forward. It's like they're going to always have like a console portable thing, not a console and a portable. Yeah. So I think this is really interesting. I think this is more interesting as the new 3DS as opposed to the new Nintendo console, because Nintendo console's always been kind of weird. They're really good at portable stuff, so I don't know. It's interesting. I'll say that at the very least. It's very interesting. It does. I don't know. To me, like, I've never wanted to play console games on the go. Like, that to me is not a big thing for me. I just like to play console games at home. Like, I like playing my Vita on the go, and I like playing certain games on Vita that I would not play on console on the go.
Yeah, and I agree with that, but I think my thought with this is I'm not even thinking like on the go. Like, this is like my original thing with why the Wii U seemed like such a cool idea to me.
Yeah.
Like, the way my house is set up is I have essentially all my video games downstairs, and I have my PlayStation 3 hooked up to my TV upstairs to watch Netflix and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, to me, what this is me going, like, sitting here, like, right now I'm playing Gears of War 4. My wife comes home, she's like, oh, let's sit around and watch TV. And I go, oh, crap, we're going to watch some boring show that I don't care about. I can just grab Gears of War 4, and now it's upstairs as well. It's that idea of the TV moves with me around the house. It's not even so much of a, oh, I'm going to take my Gears of War 4 and go play it at the doctor's office while I'm waiting for whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that to me has so limited thing. Like, portable gaming to me is essentially the idea that I can move around the house with.
But you could do that with the Wii U now.
But kinda.
No, I get that it's crappy. I get that it doesn't
move
quite
like
40
feet, saying, and you got a little tiny screen, like, kind of. Like, I feel like that's that prototype thing where it's like, we developed this, and this is a great idea, but we didn't have the technology to really do what we should have been able to do with it, and this is them going, like, this really is what we wanted that whole gamepad idea to be with the Wii U.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do get that. Like, but to me, again, this just seems like another iteration. To me, this is again, like the Wii U Pro. Like, to me, it's very similar to a Wii U. It like to how I would use it, and even like how you just described it is very similar to how the way you would use a Wii U. Like you take the gamepad around the house, you don't really take it out too much, and then you plug it into your console or whatever. You put on your big TV when you want to play big games. Like to me, I mean, that's kind of an interesting idea, but like I don't know. To me, it's like it's a cool like this is the thing Nintendo always does. They have like a very interesting hardware idea that they never really explore. So and like right now they're showing it's like, hey, you can play old games on it. It's like okay, it's like a super powerful iPad with controller on it, and
Yeah.
that's what I see it as now to me. And that to me that's not exciting. Like if they had announced in that 3.5 minute trailer, like it's it's 3 minutes and it's like 3 minutes of them showing off the cool things you can do with the hardware using old games. Like I don't want to see old games when you announce a new console to me. Like I don't want to see games I can already play. I don't want to see slightly updated versions. Like I hate that.
But
Like we even talked about this with the PS Pro. It's the exact same game you play on PS4, but it just looks slightly better or it has like a little bit few more features. Like that's not exciting to me. That's not a way I want to like experience a new console. Like I want to play like a new Mario that's like a brand new Mario in some way, shape, or form. To me, that's just like, oh hey, look, it's Mario Sunshine or Mario 64 again. It's not like a radical new Mario. It's like this. It's like, oh hey, we're gonna do that thing that everybody
but
wanted. It's not.
but again, like what's wrong? But okay, first of all, what's wrong with giving everybody what they wanted? Because like people have been wanting that Mario 64, or Mario Sunshine. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Galaxy's kind of in that same realm, but still slightly different. That really open world feeling Mario for. I mean, Sunshine would have been what 2003, 2004, so
Yeah,
early 2000s, like 10, 15 years people have wanted this and they're going, here you go, here this is. And again with Zelda is now this open world. Zelda's this thing that people have been asking for 10 years, going,
yeah,
here you go with this. So you're getting what you want. But I mean, you said it, Nintendo does Nintendo
yeah,
goes, all right, Mario Kart 8, new console, it's Mario Kart 8 but better in these couple different ways. That's all Mario Kart's been since Mario Kart 64, essentially. Since you made the jump from
yeah.
Super Mario Kart to Mario Kart 64, it's just been those tiny iterations. And you mentioned it, that's what Nintendo's known for. So Nintendo doesn't need to sit here and go, here's this crazy new thing that's going to blow your
Yeah.
minds and here's how crazy good it looks. It's, yep, here's the Nintendo you know and love, but now you've got this interesting new way to play it and interact with it.
But I guess I just don't see it as being an interesting or new way to interact with it because it seems super similar to the Wii U. Like that's all I see. I think I see it as a portable console. Like
Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
which is a completely new thing. That's never existed before.
It hasn't, but like it's not something that I've personally wanted. Like this is all my opinion. Like I can understand why this would be super cool to some people who've always wanted a portable console on the go. But like I don't want a portable. I like having my portables and my whatever separate. Although I will say, like as much as this doesn't super excite me, I do think we're much closer to like a super awesome Pokemon game.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like, and that's the other thing that my mind instantly went to is like, this feels like Nintendo going like, okay, we've kind of had this two hardware trajectory, and we're gonna
Yeah.
slowly merge this into one. Like as the 3DS fades out, I'm just picturing like we have the Switch now. That is our 3DS replacement in 3 years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
It's our Wii U replacement now, and going, yep, okay. And now I'm just picturing Nintendo has a ridiculous amount of studios. If you think about all the first party they developed between the 3DS and the Wii U,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
they have a lot of first party going on. You funnel that all into one system, and even if it gets to the point where the Wii U does, where it's essentially just first party software, now you've got essentially all of the 3DS first party and all the Wii U first party. That's an incredibly strong,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
straight first party lineup. And that's what gets me excited about this is thinking those term possibilities long term when this does, because it feels like it'll probably slowly phase out the 3DS. And when you have that and then focusing on this, the amount of awesome Nintendo content that will be coming strictly to this is crazy to me, because I look at all the 3DS games that I would be jumping off the wall for if they were coming to Wii U.
I just think if we do this like every time there's a new console like that's announced by Nintendo though, it's like Nintendo's gonna finally do what we want, and it's like they're just slowly getting there, and like I feel like it's just like I agree the Wii U had some like super cool games, like I'm not gonna deny that, like a handful of really cool games, but like for whatever reason, just because their back end stuff and their third party stuff, it just never quite got to that point. I think they're getting closer with like they got close to the Wii U of like what people want, which is weird because it didn't sell very well.
See,
But like
I disagree. I don't think people wanted the Wii U. I think people look at the Wii U and go, that's not what we wanted. I think that was Nintendo trying to force their hand on us and go, this is what we developed and this is what our idea is for the future of this. I think the Wii U was them trying to do the Switch too early. The Wii U
Yeah,
feels like a prototype when you look at this. It feels like this is what we wanted to make the Wii U, but we couldn't, so we made the Wii U. People didn't like it.
yeah,
Okay, fine. Here's the real version that we actually want to give you guys. And that's me, like, when the Wii U was announced, there was so much confusion. People going, is this a new console? What the hell is this gamepad thing? Why is this a thing?
yeah.
Do I want this? This doesn't feel new. Oh, I use the same controllers I used to. Like, I don't feel like there was that excitement for it. I remember looking at the Wii U and going, all right, like, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Great, new Nintendo, woo, it looks a
Well,
little
I
better.
think well, I
and
think
I've
it's
got
just
this
because they
game
didn't
thing.
expect the Wii audience to like completely abandon them. Because I think what happened was the Wii audience completely abandoned them, and the only people who were left behind were like the hardcore Nintendo fans who did buy the Wii
Yeah.
U. Like that, like those are the fans that did buy it. So like, okay, we're gonna do kind of what Sony and Microsoft did, was like go all in on gamers sort of thing, which I think is kind of interesting. I think,
Mm-hmm.
but to me, it's like it's been such a long time, like just for me personally, since like Nintendo's done something like super cool outside. I think the 3DS content is actually super interesting. I've always wanted to get 3DS just because I think some of the games that are super cool. I just think like, especially in the console space, like maybe Nintendo now got it right, but like I'm just very, very, I'm not optimistic. I mean, I guess I can be
Okay.
kind of optimistic, but I'm just saying like what. I think I'm more mad about the announcement. I'm not mad. I just don't think the announcement was great, just because they didn't show me what something new from Nintendo. They show me the same old Nintendo with new hardware, and I don't know. That's pretty much all I feel about it.
So
I think the potential is there. I agree that the potential is there for some really interesting stuff, but they should have released that exact same video with an actual Mario trailer. Just put out the trailer for that. I don't know why they're waiting on that.
because the idea is going, okay, just in my mind I'm going like, the way Nintendo works is Nintendo is not Sony and Microsoft. They don't do things the same way. They're not even in the same headspace.
Well, yeah,
Nintendo sells based on, look at this cool new thing we're doing, and then going, look at how cool this is. Isn't this a cool idea? And then going like later like, okay, now look at the cool games you're going to be able to play doing this cool new thing.
no, yeah,
It's
that's true.
cool new thing first, then games. That's how Nintendo's kind of always ran with things.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at Sony and Microsoft, it's going, look at new pretty games. Look how powerful our stuff is. Okay, here's the system. Yeah, it pretty much does the same shit it's always done.
Well, I mean, I just don't, yeah, but to me, like personally, when I look at hardware, I just always look at software first. So maybe
And
people, but because
a
that's what
lot-
I'm saying. Like Sony and Xbox, and like Sony announced it without even showing the PS4. Like the hardware is always second for both those companies. So
Yep.
like when they puts the hardware first before the games, like okay, I mean, I kind of get it. I don't know.
Uh-huh. And I think this is a good point to point out. Doug, how many Nintendo systems have you owned?
Two. I own two,
Oh, really?
three actually.
Game Boy?
I had a Game Boy. I think I had a Game Boy Advance or an SP, and I had a Nintendo DS.
Okay, so you've had 3 Nintendo portables. So again, like, as someone who has been with Nintendo since the Super Nintendo and has bought all their shit since, this is exciting. You know what I mean? I think it's that coming. You are a PlayStation diehard through and through, right? Like, let's
I
be
mean,
honest
yeah. If I'm
here.
gonna be totally honest,
Let's
yeah. I just like I don't.
totally honest. You're PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. No Xboxes in there.
Well, until somebody makes a better console, I'll go get that one.
Exactly.
To be fair, I've always
Like,
been super interested in Nintendo. I will say that.
exactly. But like, from me looking at this as somebody who's gone through the GameCube, went through the Wii, went through the Wii U,
Yeah.
looking at this is Nintendo, and this is Nintendo doing exactly what I want them to do.
Okay. All right. So as a Nintendo fan,
Oh, I'm pumped. Like,
Yeah.
it's Nintendo going back to, it's just me looking at it and going like, okay, they're announcing this. The first thing you see is the guy holding the or he's not holding the Pro controller, he's holding the Joy-Con like combo thing,
Yeah,
which looks a little awkward, but you know, you've got the Pro controller sitting right there. They're going, okay, you've got all these different input methods now. You know, I see the Pro controller. I'm seeing like, okay, we're not focusing on some weird gimmick that's trying to sell it to people. I mean, obviously the portable, it's a gimmick.
yeah,
in and
not
of
some
itself.
weird gimmick. Yeah. Okay.
But you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Like, it's not like oh, you can put the controller down and hit the golf ball off your little screen on your big. You know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah. You're. It's just like not like detachable controllers or like portable weird iPad screen that attaches to your TV is not a weird gimmick or anything, but it's okay. No, I'll go with you. I'll go with you on this wacky hypothesis. No, I get what you're saying. At least has a traditional controller. I'll give you that.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's in my mind. I'm going, okay, Nintendo finally has a traditional controller.
Mm-hmm.
They're finally focused on that, right? Even the weird little Joy-Cons clicked into the whatever the hell that thing is, dock or whatever, like that looks like a normal controller. Doesn't look like the most comfortable, but then you've got the Pro controller sitting there. When you're playing it on the go with the Joy-Cons on the side, it looks very similar to the button layout of the Wii U gamepad, except the buttons are actually above the right thumbstick because that makes sense. So again, it just in my mind, I'm looking at this going, this is Nintendo going back to traditional games, getting away from, okay, we need weird motion controls. We need whatever the hell Star Fox Zero was.
Yeah.
It's them getting back to going, you know what? People want to play games the traditional way. We're going to give them that. People want to have our home console. People want to have our portable. Let's give it to them in an all-in-one thing.
Yeah. I think the potential's there. I think you're very in on the potential of it as opposed to the actual announcement. While to me, so far as like not a Nintendo fan and feeling like not burned is not the right word, but not seeing like, okay, Nintendo, show me what you got. To me, that's like, okay, you guys have done this before. You guys have shown really cool hardware, haven't backed up with the software. Well, not even Wii U had good software.
Exactly. Like, and but that's the thing is like, if you go back, like the software's there.
Yeah.
The Nintendo doesn't need to show me software because I know it will be there.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing to me. Sony and Microsoft, they need to show me software. They need to show me why am I going to be playing on this particular thing, because they don't quite have the same track record. Now Sony's slowly getting there as years go on.
Yeah.
But Nintendo has this 30-year track record of delivering impressive software every single time.
Yeah. No, I agree. I will agree with that. You know what's gonna happen? I think we're gonna have another video where we start talking about the trailers that are released for this thing. I actually do think I'm gonna change my tune quite a bit when they start showing like the trailers for the new stuff, because I really think that right now that we've been talking about this, like I'm thinking that the Splatoon version and the Mario Kart, I think they're probably gonna have some substantial upgrades. Like
I agree, and I think that was in showing the weird little intricacies that Nintendo people picked right away, going like, oh crap, King Boo's in this. King Boo's not in Mario Kart 8. He's not even a DLC character. What the hell? Why do the Splatoon characters now have haircuts and pants or whatever?
Yeah, and they look a little bit better, and they're like on a different launch pad thing, sort of.
And it was a new map for Splatoon, like, so it's like going like, okay, is this a 1.5? Is this 2? I mean, Splatoon's what? Splatoon will be, by the time March rolls around, it'll be 2 years old. So. Yeah. There's reason to believe that could be a sequel. That's normally not Nintendo's pace. That's a bit quick for Nintendo, but that could, in theory, be Splatoon 2. And there was no confirmation on that being a launch, so maybe that's a fall or a winter holiday release next year of Splatoon 2, which puts it at 2.5 years, which could be. Mario Kart 8's got to be sitting at about 3 or 4 years, so maybe it is Mario Kart 9. We don't know. It's easy to jump with Nintendo and go, oh, it's just a Wii U port, but at the same time going, okay, is it an enhanced port? Is it a deluxe edition or Game of the Year edition? Is it a sequel? We don't really know. So when those software trailers come out, I will be very, very excited to see.
Yeah, and I think I will too. I mean, I'm kind of interested, but like I've kind of put my hat into the PlayStation VR stuff, which I really do enjoy. I'm really hoping the software is going to be there. Well, I think the software will at least definitely be there for Nintendo.
For sure.
At least, and that was one of the things they did announce, though, is that they have a lot of people on board, finally.
Yeah, the partner list for third parties was impressive. That was one of those things where it's looking at it, my first thought went to, okay, who's not here? And there was nobody really big right away that jumped out at me that I could spot that wasn't there.
And if Nintendo gets and From Software was on there, and if Nintendo gets like an exclusive Souls game, it's like, fine.
Mm-hmm. There were a couple very weird kind of, specific game companies like that were on there where it's like, oh, that's intriguing.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah.
So just out of curiosity, is it software alone? Had they shown off, okay, here's Zelda, here's new Mario, and I don't even know, whatever other Mario franchise you want to put on there, like brand new.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Whatever. Okay, sure. They show you Zelda, they show you Mario 3D, it looks like Sunshine, something like around those lines. And they show you Beyond Good and Evil 2. They show you the weird, like, commercially trailer they did.
Yeah.
3 trailers for those games. Are you in?
I'm not in because I just dropped so much. Like I said, I dropped a lot of money recently. No, I mean, See, I don't know, but that didn't happen. Like to me, I'd be like, yeah, of course, but that didn't happen yet. That I'll agree that's probably gonna happen
Gotcha.
in the future.
Gotcha.
But to me, it's like the hardware to me never matters. I never care about the hardware. Like I didn't care. I didn't care what the PlayStation looked like. I didn't care what the Xbox looks like. I just watched their conferences like, hey, those games look cool. I'm gonna get that console. It's so the fact that they focus on hardware just wasn't. It's like okay, cool.
Gotcha.
That doesn't matter to me because you could show me a toaster oven and it can make pizzas, but like it's like okay, what kind of pizzas? That's what
All
I'm
the
more
damn
interested.
pizzas you've loved for the last 30 years in a slightly new format.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. All right, do you have any? I think that's a good place to end it on, unless you have any sort of final closing thoughts.
I like pizza.
So we're Workforce Gaming. If you like what you hear, you can always follow us on YouTube. We are on Twitter at Workforce Gaming. Subscribe to us on pretty much everything. I don't know, whatever you listen to us on, you can always subscribe to us. And if you comment, we'll hit you back on Twitter, YouTube comments or whatever. So we'll see you next week.
See ya.